Well, I think it's critical for a variety of reasons, but number one is that to maximize the value for the stakeholders. So for for the family and for yourself as the business owner to maximize what you've built, I think that's critical. I think it's also critical from the standpoint of the clients, because the clients have given you their loyalty for a certain reason, a certain purpose. We want to make sure that's fulfilled, as well as the employees and other business partners. So to maximize the value for everybody, I think it's important to have a good continuity plan in place. I think also the extra benefit is that when we know or we outline what we want in the future, it helps us to make better organizational decisions today. So if we're going to invest in our organization, or we're going to look at our ideal clientele or make other decisions like that, we can look at how it's going to impact the bottom line today, but also what's going to be the value long term. So I think it can only accent and help us build and grow the business that you truly want. And that would be the key objectives. I would see the difference as, I think continuity planning is if everything goes as planned. So if I fulfill my business, go into retirement, and that allows me to fulfill my plan, that's the big picture and that's what I want. I see succession as the latter stages of that plan, the continuity plan. And I would see contingency planning as if something was to happen where I can't fulfill those objectives, very similar to life insurance, disability insurance. So if those things come up, I need to make sure that we can, take care of as best we can the situation whenever that would arise. Well, I think there's two aspects to it. I think number one is procrastination, and I think that can be related to perfectionism. So what happens is, usually when we don't see a clear vision for what we want, we just kind of put it off. And it's very similar to our clients, what our clients do when it comes to wills, when it comes to any kind of risk management, is we just put it off because we know or we hope it's not going to happen today. And we think we have a lot of time. And related to that is because we don't see it perfectly worked out, we just want to ignore it. So the key objective is to make sure that we just think we're going to get it started, and have faith that if we go through the steps, the right result is going to come. Well, I think it has to be rooted. Number one, it has to be rooted in purpose and around the unique ability of the individual, the owner, and their organization. And I think from that, we have to think about all the stakeholders and what the stakeholders need from that practice. And then we have to think, so the first thing we have to come up with is who. So who is going to take over? Am I going to bring someone in the organization to take it over? Or am I going to sell it to someone else who's going to be able to take care of the clients going forward? And I think the best way to consider that is I got to look at myself. So for instance, if I was great at accumulating assets, but I get to the point now where people need to draw out those assets, but maybe that's not my organization is not set up to do that. But that will give me some clarity into who I might want to succeed it to. So I probably want to succeed to someone that has that skill. And so the question is first around the who of the people or the organization. I think the next part is we want to define what the plan for transition is. So we want to stage out how we're going to do that. Next, we want to make sure it's documented. So we want to have documentation to make sure it's clear and everyone knows what their expectations are. And then the last thing is we need to make sure that it's going to be all worked out financially and that people get what they expect from those transitional stages. Okay, so I'm going to change that a little bit. I think we have to go beyond help. I think it's vital. And the reason why I think it's vital is, clients now are going to be looking at, where are you going to be long term? So I'm coming to you, I'm 35 and I'm coming to you talking about retirement planning. I'm talking to you about estate planning or any other area of planning. So who's going to be there when I'm 50, 60, 70, 80? And so I think it's vital that we address that question. It's going to be very important to attract the types of clients we might want to grow and build with to answer and address that question. So that's going to be number one. And just to look at really understanding what area of business you're in. So whether it's retirement planning, whether it's estate planning, or you're working with business planning where there's complicated structures that have to be managed, that is going to be the number one question that clients are going to be wanting addressed. Well, I would say it really comes down to knowing yourself. There's some of us who are really good. We can attend a course, and there's a lot of great courses. I'm sure your MGA or your company that you're associated with has a great course on exactly what to do in succession. I know we do at Hub, and it's just a matter of, you can lay out the steps, you build the stages that you need to follow, you hold yourself accountable, and you can build a plan. But there's others of us who probably need a little bit more accountability. And so we might want to go from that course, but we might want to hire a coach outside to help keep us on track. We might want to join a study group, or at least work with another partner to hold ourselves accountable to working through those various stages. So there's a number of resources out there. It's just a matter of knowing yourself and what you need so you can find the resources that are necessary for you.